While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Tara. I'm a mindfulness meditation teacher. Thank you for joining, whether you're watching a recording or joining the live stream. Let's see, what can I tell you about myself? I've been practicing mindfulness for about 8 years now. I turned to it in my 40s, and it's gotten me through some pretty challenging times, including grief, menopause, lots of other situations. It's also helped me take charge of my health in my middle age. I lost 50 pounds during the pandemic, largely from using mindfulness as a tool to handle my cravings and to distinguish between hunger and cravings. I've designed these live sessions, and I'll be holding them all throughout January, but I designed them specifically for people who are interested in drinking less this month, whether you're going fully dry, partially dry, just want to drink on certain days, or trying to limit the amount you have on any given day. In each session, I will lead a 20-minute mindfulness meditation, followed by a short period of time where viewers may ask questions if they want. You can post them in the chat. The meditations will involve RAIN, which is an acronym for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. It was created by Michelle McDonald, an Insight meditation teacher back in 1984, and it's evolved over the years by various practitioners. So the way that I use it, or the way that I approach it, involves R, stands for recognizing cravings. A stands for allowing cravings to be present without judgment. So during times like Dry January, we often try to resist any cravings we have rather than just allow them to be there. And then we often judge ourselves for having them, and that often leads us to give up. So mindfulness practice has taught me to accept cravings as part of being human. That's what we do. It's perfectly natural. They happen. And so trying to fight them or stop them will only prove frustrating for us. So mindfulness has also taught me to observe cravings with curiosity and to work alongside them rather than fight them. This has helped me manage them more effectively and stop giving in to every single one that I have. It's what led me to my weight loss a couple of years ago, and it's helped me get through designated dry periods pretty easily. I stands for investigating cravings and the beliefs surrounding them. It's important to get to the heart of that, because that helps us understand them and manage them more easily. And then nurture, or N, stands for nurturing the vulnerable parts of ourselves affected by these cravings. I purposely scheduled these sessions during the witching hour, the time when cravings are strongest for many of us. You're also welcome to watch the recordings if you can't make a session or need additional guidance on the days when no sessions are scheduled. For these meditations, it's best to find a quiet spot, but it doesn't have to be silent. I will prompt you to find anchors where you can return your attention when the mind wanders. And sound can actually serve as a great anchor. So if you hear some noises outside your window, or if your kids are running around, I have 2 kids, 2 dogs, and a bird. So lots of noise outside my door here. You can use that to anchor yourself into the present moment. So don't think it has to be silent. All that said, please also don't think that your mind has to be blank for these meditation sessions. Just like cravings, our minds wander. That's natural. Whenever you recognize that your mind is wandering and you bring it back to the present moment, that's actually a period of mindfulness. So congratulations on that. So I'm going to go ahead and prompt us to get started in a second here. To set yourself up for these meditations, I invite you to first find a posture that will allow you to feel comfortable for about the next 20 minutes and to be present. So, this could mean sitting in a chair like I'm doing right now. You could sit on the floor on a cushion if that's more comfortable for you, or you could lie down. There's been meditations like these when I felt best lying on the floor and letting the earth hold me. And I may have felt a little dramatic at the time, but that's okay. That's what these practices are for. So just find a posture that makes you feel comfortable and that allows you to be present. So I'll pause here as you get situated. Okay, and we'll go ahead and get started. So once you find a position that suits you, you may lower your gaze, resting it on a focal point a few feet in front of you, or you can close your eyes altogether. Once you're settled in, just establish a simple sense of presence. Allow your awareness to scan through your body, and wherever possible, soften and release obvious areas of physical tension. You might take a few full breaths, breathing deep into your belly. 1, 2, 3. And slowly out, emptying your belly, then chest. 1, 2, 3. Good. Breathing in again, just like that. 1, 2, 3. And out. 1, 2, 3. One more time. In. 1, 2, 3. And out. 1, 2, 3. And now allow your breath to be natural. And bring your attention to where you most easily detect the breath, or perhaps where it's most pleasurable. Let this place of experiencing the breath, be your home base, and anchor to the present moment. Noticing this breath right here and this one. If the breath is not a good home base for you, you might instead anchor your attention to another sensation. You could draw your attention to your hands and how they feel, where your feet are resting on the ground, or where your bottom meets your seat, or where your back touches the surface you are on. Sound can also serve as a great anchor, as I mentioned earlier. You might draw your attention to the soft noises around you, perhaps the hum of the refrigerator or a fan, the heater, the ebb and flow of nature sounds, or even traffic outside your window. and the start and stop of voices in the other room. Now, with a relaxed, interested attention, discover what the sensations of the breath or your chosen anchor feel like, moment to moment. Where is your attention now? Each time you notice that your mind has wandered off is a moment of mindfulness. Gently bring your attention back to the inflow and outflow of the breath or your chosen anchor, offering a relaxed, wakeful presence. Now take a quick scan of your body, starting at the crown of your head and working your way down your face, the base of your skull, the front and back of your neck. Meet any areas of tension with kindness and do your best to relax them. Move your attention down the shoulders, the arms and hands, the chest and upper back. Again, relaxing what you can. You might let out a deep sigh and breathe in naturally. As you resume your normal breath, you might imagine the whole body breathing. Working your way down your torso and lower back into the pelvis and bottom. Can you continue to meet any tense areas with kindness, relaxing what you can? You might draw your attention to where your body makes contact with your surface, such as where your bottom meets your seat or where your feet touch the ground. Allow the earth to hold you with patience, stability. Now, I'm going to turn your attention from the body to the mind. Call to mind call to mind your intention for this month, whether it's to stop drinking altogether, to only drink on certain days, or to reduce the number of drinks you have within a given period of time. Visualize that intention as clearly as possible. What does it mean to you today? and your plans for this evening. This will be our starting point for rain. As you become aware of your intention, start to draw your attention to any challenging feelings that may arise in response to it. Maybe you sense some resistance, doubt, or anxiety. If this is normally the time of day when you would pour yourself a drink, you may be experiencing some cravings. Just take a moment to be aware of those feelings. What sensations are you most aware of? What thoughts, images, or even colors arise? If you have a strong desire for a drink, just recognize its presence. If your thoughts are racing, or conversely, if you're not sensing much at all, recognize that too, without judgment. You might name the feeling craving, craving, or racing, racing, or empty, empty, numb, numb. Just say hello to whatever is most dominant, perhaps the situation's overall tone. Now send a message to your heart to let this dominant feeling be. Find a willingness within yourself to pause and accept this moment. You might mentally whisper yes or welcome to that feeling. You might offer it a seat at your table. If you find yourself saying no to the experience, you can say yes to that feeling of resistance too. Whatever is in front of you, this belongs. This too. You are simply noticing what is true for you without judging or controlling. Be the sky that can hold all the weather systems. Now, zoom in on one challenging thought or feeling, whatever is most dominant, whatever is right in front of you. Approach it with curiosity. Explore this thought or feeling more deeply as, as if you're holding a magnifying glass to it. What does it believe? What stories does it tell you? If you have a craving, what is it telling you about the evening ahead? What does it think will happen if you don't drink tonight? If you could personify this feeling, what would it look like? How old are they? You might picture your younger self telling you how they feel. Now draw your attention back to your body. Allow yourself to breathe naturally, patiently, and take another scan of your body. Where do you feel this emotion or thought? How does it feel? You might name any physical sensations associated with it, such as tightness, throbbing, burning, heaviness. What does the most vulnerable part of you need right now? How does it want you to be with it? To nurture that feeling, you might place your hand on your heart or wherever your body is affected, feeling the warmth and reassurance from your palm. You may imagine pulling that younger version of yourself onto your lap and embracing them. Or you might call on the presence of someone you consider to be deeply loving and understanding, such as a grandparent, child, pet, or spiritual figure. They could be living or passed on. Just feel their compassion flowing into you, supporting you. Now you might offer yourself some reassuring statements. It's okay. I'm here. I'm not leaving. I'm listening. I care. I love you. Discover what happens when you bring an unconditionally loving heart to the parts of you that are hurting or vulnerable. You might sense a big gold sun above you, bathing you in its light, its bright, warm rays. Now, after the rain, we can shift our attention from doing to being. After the work that you've just done, let's take some time to sit in the space that may have emerged. Paying attention to the openness, wakefulness, or tenderness that may have arisen, consider the following questions. In this moment, what is the sense of my being, of who I am? How has this shifted since I began the meditation? Rest here for a few minutes. I'll prompt you at the end of the meditation. When you are ready, draw your attention back to your contact with the earth, its sounds, your breath. If your eyes are closed, you may open them, taking in your peripheral vision first, and then the sights in front of you. If it feels good, you may stretch, bend over, and return slowly to an upright posture. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you a very happy new year, and I hope to see you again. I have another session today at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and I'll be live again on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and again at 6 p.m. Pacific time. As you move forward, one, you're always welcome to rewatch this recording if that serves you best. But as you move forward over the next couple of days, I invite you to keep this exercise in mind. And as you move about your day, just try to pause every now and then and tune into whatever you're feeling. So, whenever you experience a craving, try to accept it as natural and allow it to be there. You might name it. And again, rather than judging yourself for any cravings that you're feeling, just offer yourself some loving kindness statements like we did in this meditation. Or you might offer yourself some visualizations like a big gold sun, just something to nurture that feeling. And I'll be interested in hearing how that turns out for you. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube and or Facebook. And I'm happy to, I'll take a few minutes now to answer some questions. If anyone wants to post any in the chat or the comments. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any questions at the moment. Feel free to reach out to me if any arise. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Happy New Year.